Well, talking about mental patients and relatives that will not celebrate Thanksgiving with their family because they are mental patients. Rosie, I like checking in on Rosie O'Donnell every so often. She puts out these videos and she's just losing her mind. She is a legitimate mental patient. And in this video, she starts off, first of all, she looks like shit warmed over. And she starts the video talking about her disappointment with Democrats, and she's surprised why the media isn't just going off every minute about Donald Trump and the danger of Donald Trump and all this. And then she gets distracted in the yard by a squirrel. So she has just lost her fuck mind. But it's fun to watch her spiral down into insanity. Check it out. Rosie O'Donnell losing her mind. Another video.
Anyway, everybody. Hope you're feeling, excuse me. Hope you're feeling good. Hope that you're paying attention to what's going on, but trying to stay informed. And knowledgeable about what's happening here in our country. I don't understand why, like the news, the sirens aren't going, you know. Warning, warning, Will Robinson. Break glass in case of emergency. Break glass, it's an emergency. Like it's an emergency. Everybody's just going on like it's nothing.
Could you pause for a second? You know? I don't understand what she means by this. Like, I know she's a nut. But why is the media isn't doing something? It's an emergency. Break glass in case of emergency. They broke the glass years ago. They've been screaming nonsense about Donald Trump for years and years and years, almost a decade now. And it didn't work. What, you want more lies? You want more propaganda and bullshit? The media knows the score. Donald Trump won. He's now the president. They're shifting into that mode. You dummy. You didn't see what they were doing before this past election? Just creaming over Kamala and pushing her and not calling her out on her nonsense and calling Trump Hitler, Nazis, all that. That wasn't breaking glass. That was the more propaganda than you'll ever see in any past Soviet Union news agency, that's for sure. And what, you want him to continue doing that? It's over. What are you talking about, Rosie? Trump won. The media now has to go into that mode. The lying media has to go into that. So that's what they're doing. So I don't know what she expected. Them to still push Kamala Harris? What? She's done. Everything's done, Rosie. All right. Let's watch a little more of her descent into madness.
I don't understand. The Democrats have been disappointing, to say the least.
What do you want them to do?
Don't talk about politics. How can you not in today's political culture? How can you not? Very difficult. Very difficult for everybody, I think.
No.
All sides of the equation. You
No.
know, and the people who voted for Trump with the hopes.
We're loving it.
With the hopes of lowering prices, you know.
Yeah. Part of it. Yeah.
Saw
You're worth millions.
TV, Brian Williams on Seth Meyers giving a talking down to the hello,
Look,
baby.
Pause for a second. She's trying to make a point. She's like, you know, Brian Williams was on Seth Meyers' show, and he's trying to, and I know I've seen the clip, and it's Brian Williams talking to Seth Meyers and saying the Democrats screwed up. They had no plan. He's really bashing the shit out of the Democrats and the media, the way the media presented everything. And it's like, so brave, Brian Williams. Not a peep about that before the election. But after the election, a few of these motherfuckers are willing to come out, like Jon Stewart and everything, and say, and point out what the problems were and where the Democrats went wrong and all that. It's like, oh, you were so brave before the election. What happened? Why? Now they're saying it. So I know what she's talking about. But she is trying to make a point, a political point, and she gets distracted by a squirrel. If this isn't like a parody of the grounds of a mental institution, like you'll have someone talking, they're sitting in the white coat or they're in their mental institution clothes. I guess the doctors are in the white coat with the big net. And it's some nut, but you don't know he's a nut yet. And he's talking about things. Well, I see an economy that must be more technology based than, oh, look, a squirrel. And he runs off and you realize, oh, that guy's a nut. So she's trying to make a point about Brian Williams and his take on the election. And she immediately gets distracted by a squirrel and starts calling to the squirrel. So rewind it a little bit so you go from that to her total distraction by a squirrel. Only a mental patient does this.
Talking down to the, hello, baby. Come here. There you go. You can get it. You want me to entice you more? I'll put down another one.
Like bugs, screwball, crackpot.
This little guy is shy.
That's in the belfry.
Right there, this guy. See that guy?
Yeah.
Hi. Hi, little friend.
Her only friends. Yeah. She's pulling the nuts out of her fucking head, throwing them to the squirrels.
Hope you got to see that. Wax on, wax off, people, right?
Nothing about Brian Williams. She completely got derailed.
You control your thoughts. Your thoughts don't control you.
That's what her therapist tells her.
Good things to think about in these troubled times.
Troubled times?
All right, Joan Armour Trading has a new record out today, and I'm getting it.
Ugh.
I cannot wait. And that's all I got. I'm going to go get my kid prepped for Wicked and Popular. You're going to be popular. It's a great show. I loved it on Broadway.
Is
I'm
it?
sure I'm going to love it in the movies.
Are ya?
Have a wonderful Friday, everybody. TikTok, you don't stop.
Whew. Oh, I guess that's not the daughter that's strung out on drugs and homeless and, arrested. And not that daughter. You've cast that one off, and now you got another daughter to work on. What a mental patient. She is literally a mental patient. Well, there you go. Just checking in on Rosie. Holy mackerel. To think of what she was back